what stories can you tell us about Tibet?
Well, Tibet, before the Chinese occupation, it is a free country, and then we have our own way of life. Although, if you talk in terms of modern amenities and modern facilities, we are really far behind the modern age. But then we were living as a very happy, contented citizens of Tibet. We were free to, and then the religion, Tibetan religion and our own culture, it has played a very important role in molding our, the philosophy of our life, the way we look at the life. It's influenced by the religion, influenced by the many years of the practice in Tibet by our people.
Can you give a specific example of what you mean, that the historic culture informs sort of day-to-day life? What's a specific example of
that? We as a separate entity or the nationality, we are unique in many ways. One thing, our language is totally different from Han Chinese or any of the languages in the neighborhood, and then we have our own tradition, very long, about 2,000 years of written history and the oral history and the tradition, and then our way of life in Tibet. It's sort of very unique, not like in the modern age.
What stories do you want to pass on to your own children or to the school children about Tibetan culture or Tibetan history?
Well, to be part of our culture, the lesson that we learn from our religion, from our tradition, this has for an individual, it has benefited a lot. So if our children, instead of just being they were born as a Buddhist, but these days His Holiness, he has been saying over and again, not just to study our religion in depth from the academic point of view, from the scholastic point of view, not only as a religion of our passed down from family to family, but if you really study, go deeper into the religion, then you get the meaning and the real taste of the life.
And as a Tibetan living in exile yourself, what motivates you to resist assimilation?
One thing, the very system that we have, separate monastery, separate school, this is one way to curtail our children from assimilation in the multitude. So we have our own school, we have our own system, and we are, although because of the political influences and some difficulties for the adjustment within the Indian community, we were able to adjust very well and to accommodate as much of Tibetan culture, language in our program as possible.
We met with Ling Rinpoche, and he expressed concern that when Tibetans leave the Tibetan community, that the culture can be diluted. Can you tell us your opinion on that?
I think this will depend on the individual, because the cultural aspect for an individual, the way you interpret or way you look at the life, if you have not gone very deep, then if your knowledge of your culture or if your knowledge of your religion is just superficial, then you can be easily influenced with glister and the glow of the outside world. But if your cultural aspect is deep down in your marrow, then whatever attraction you may see around the world, it will not be influenced.